Once upon a time, there were two brothers named Bajun and Jhore. Now, Bajun was an ordinary man, but Jhore, he was a fool. Bajun was married, and one day his wife fell ill. So, as he was going plowing, Bajun told Jhore to stay at home and cook the dinner. Put into the pot 3 measures of rice, he told Jhore. Jhore stayed at home, filled the pot with water, and put it on to boil. Then he went to look for rice measures. There was only one wooden measure in the house. My brother told me to put in 3 measures. If I only put in 1, I shall get into trouble. So Jhore went to a neighbor's house, where he borrowed 2 more wooden measures. When he got home, Jhore put all 3 measures into the pot and left them to boil. At noon, Bajun came home from plowing and found Jhore stirring the pot. "Is the rice ready?" Bajun asked. Jhore only shook his head, so Bajun took the spoon from him. "Let me feel how it is getting on," he said. But when he stirred with the spoon, he heard a rattling noise. And when he looked into the pot, he found no rice. Instead, there were 3 wooden measures floating about. "Jhore, what have you done?" Jhore said. "You yourself told me to put in 3 measures, and I have done so." The next day, Bajun said to Jhore, "You do not know how to cook the dinner. I will stay at home today. You go to plow. Take a hatchet with you. If the plow catches in a root or anything, give a cut with the hatchet." So Jhore went plowing. The plow did catch, and he gave a cut with his hatchet and hit the legs of the oxen. They came limping back. "What is the matter with them?" Bajun asked. "I cut at them as you told me," said Jhore. "No, no, no," Bajun cried. "I meant that you should give a cut at the roots in which the plow got caught, not at the legs of the bullocks. You cannot live here anymore if you do such silly things." "All right," said Jhore, and he ran off into the jungle. Bajun followed his brother, but all he found was the stomach of a dead goat a tiger had killed. He thought it must surely mean that Jhore had been killed, so he went home and performed the funeral ceremonies to the memory of his brother. Jhore, meanwhile, had come back. He climbed up onto the roof so he could see what his brother was doing. Bajun had sacrificed some goats and sheep. He cooked a great basket of rice and stewed the flesh of the animals he had sacrificed, then offered the food to the spirit of the dead. "Jhore, my brother, I offer this rice, this food, for your purification." Jhore called out from the roof. "Well, as you offer it to me, I will take it." Bajun had hardly expected an answer. He rushed away from there to ask the other villagers if they had ever heard a spirit speak. While Bajun was away, Jhore took up the unguarded basket of rice and ran away with it, back into the jungle. After going some way, he sat down and ate as much as he wanted. Then he called out, "Is there anyone who wants a feast?" A gang of thieves heard him and agreed to let him join them in exchange for the meal. They broke into a rich man's house, and the thieves began to collect the riches. But Jhore found a drum and began to beat on it. This woke up the people of the house, and they drove away the thieves. The furious thieves told Jhore that he could not stay with them, so off he went to be his own thief. Jhore came to a herd of horses and decided to steal one. But he did not jump onto the back of a horse, he jumped onto the back of a tiger that had come to try to eat a horse. What an odd striped horse this was! Jhore hung on as the startled tiger ran off with him into the jungle. "Hey, striped horse," Jhore called out. "Keep to the road, keep to the road." But the tiger ran into the jungle. Jhore fell off, the tiger turned to him. And that was the end of Jhore. The story of Bajun and Jhore highlights the importance of not being a fool. Jhore's foolishness leads to a series of unfortunate events. His inability to comprehend simple instructions and his tendency to act impulsively without thinking through the consequences result in disastrous outcomes. Jhore's foolishness causes his brother's wife to not receive the medical attention she needs, as Jhore fails to cook the rice properly. Jhore also injures the oxen while plowing the field, causing them to limp back to the house. Later, Jhore's foolish actions led him to join a gang of thieves and eventually ride a tiger, which ultimately results in his own demise. On the other hand, Bajun is depicted as an ordinary man who is able to manage his affairs and take care of his family. He is responsible and ensures that things are done properly. Bajun's actions highlight the importance of being rational, responsible, and thoughtful in one's approach to life. The story emphasizes the idea that being a fool can lead to disastrous consequences. It is important to have the ability to think critically, understand instructions, and act responsibly. In today's complex world, the ability to make sound decisions and act sensibly is crucial to achieving success in various areas of life, whether personal, professional, or social. Therefore, it is essential to cultivate wisdom and rationality, rather than embracing foolishness and impulsivity. This is Inspired Days. Thank you for watching. If you want more life-changing lessons shared through stories, subscribe to this channel. You can also go and watch any of the other videos on this channel. And don't forget, you have the power to change your life.